today I'm going to be doing a little bit of work on my hay fields. Like I said, this is my first year ever doing hay, and so there's a little bit of maintenance to be done on this new piece of land. I have my skid steer with my brush grapple attached to it, and I have to do a little bit of maintenance on the brush grapple. I actually picked this up on auction pretty cheap, and there's been a couple things that I've had to do to get it functioning for me. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what I've had welded on it. So this is what I had welded onto the grapple. As you can see, the hose is thread through there. And the reason I had this welded on here is because this cheap grapple, every time you'd move it, you had to be super careful or it would cut the lines, and that was becoming kind of a pain in the butt. So this little additional piece welded on has really fixed all of those issues. Before we get to some brush clearing, I have to put this new hose on. Yesterday, this hose was leaking here around the fitting, so went and got a new one at the shop, and gonna have to put this one back on, and then we can go to the hay fields and start trimming some trees. I'm gonna run the new hose through that piece that's welded on. Next step is clean up all the dirt off the hydraulics. Does it just push on? Sounds sandy. Oh God. Jesus. Time to make a couple TikToks and Instagram reels. Get this all set up. Now ready to test it out. Alright, since we're going to go out and cut down some trees, you always want to have two chainsaws with you in case you get one binded up. So today I'm going to be showing you how to put your chain back on the saw if it comes off. Do a little demonstration. So we have this chain. We're going to have the teeth facing forward. We can go ahead and put it around the bar. We'll put that. First, you'll get the chain up over the sprocket, and then bring it on forward. I'm going to hold the bar so that way it stays kind of taut, and then put the cover back on. Putting the cover back on is going to kind of help hold the bar. So get that on. Alright, and then we're going to hand tighten these. I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to hand tighten these. Still holding this bar pretty taut because if I let go of it, it'll fall out of position. You know how the other day I said fake nails don't really mess with anything? This is the one exception. The nails kind of slow me down a little. Alright, now that we got the cover kind of on there, the next thing I can do is tighten the chain. So as you can see, there's a lot of slack. Alright, we got our flathead and we're going to put it in this little hole here. As you can see, it's tightening. We want there to be a little bit of elasticity on the chain, but not enough for it to jump over the bar with those inside teeth. All right. All right, so I'm actually going to tighten it a smidgen more. Maybe a little more. All right, that's pretty good. Now, like this, and we'll tighten these the rest of the way. Now we're going to put some fuel in the chainsaw. Every time that you add fuel, you need to add bar oil. So this lubricates the chain. Alright, and for fuel we have 2-stroke mixed in here. This one's chain's loose. So we're going to loosen the nuts. I'm going to explain how to cold start a chainsaw, specifically how to cold start a chainsaw if you're a woman. So I don't have the upper body strength to pull like most people do to start a chainsaw, so I have a little bit of a way to cheat. So I'm going to explain it all, and then I'm going to do it because it's going to be too loud once I get the machine running. So step 1, take the cover off. Step 2, make sure your brake's on. So there's off, on. And then I'm going to put it into full choke. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to pull on it until it coughs. Once it coughs, I'm going to go to half choke and then pull on it until it is running. Once it's running, it's going to stay running until you put it into idle. Put it into idle, going to squeeze this, and then you're able to turn off the brake and get the machine running. So let's see how to do it. There it coughed. So I'm going to put it into half. Put my foot back on the handle. Whew. Well, now